Hello and welcome to Cipheros. Today we have the crash course for learning HTML. Don't worry, you will have everything that you need to learn HTML and basically to make your first website. So let's get started with this, okay? This is straight to the point and what is HTML? HTML is an acronym for hypertext, a markup language that basically is the foundation of web development and everything related with programming. It is a start point language used to create and structure content of any website. There are multiple programming languages, but if we want to highlight HTML as a part of one, this would be like the bricks or the build, okay, that would be our website. And actually, for doing this, you don't need anything. You can just notepad. It is already installed your PC, okay? That I suppose that is Microsoft, but that does not matter. Besides of a browser, okay? In my case, it's Opera, but if you have Chrome or Firefox, that does not matter because they are like similar and the most used ones. Okay, so I will go for Windows and I will write a notepad. We will get that. We open it. Okay, we have this. That is all what we need actually to learn to code and those stuff. For example, I will write a example and blah 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 blah. And to make an HTML file, what we have to do is to put a save with name to save this as an HTML file. But to define your file as an HTML, what we have to do is to use the extension of this programming language, which is your name plus a point, HTML. On this case, for example, if I use another programming language such as CSS and JavaScript, this extension will be different, okay? But the dot is always kept, by the way. Okay, so we will save it and go into the location in which we have done this. Okay, in my case it was on the desktop. I will open, okay, my file, and we have that example. Blah, 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 blah. Why it has the Opera icon to open it, and that is because I have selected open with by default with my browser, okay? But for example, but if you use a Chrome or Microsoft Edge or Firefox, this will as default browser. As there is a problem in using Notepad and or the default stuff that basically it is at all we have to do it with our hands, okay? There are not things automatically that can be done, and for example I have to do this and dot type, etc., and blah, 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 all by hand. So there are not external tools that can help us to improve our performance. What we can do, because when you have Notepad, all of this stuff, all the letters are with the same color, okay? But if I am using this text editor, everything has different colors. Not everything, but for every format, for every type of words that we have that we are working on, each of them has assigned a color. This text editor called Visual Studio Code that most of the people actually use it. This is the official webpage, and just download it, okay, for Windows, Linux, or Mac. Does not matter your operating system, okay, but because I have already downloaded, I will not do it. And while it is downloading, we will create a folder on desktop or basically also to the File Explorer, okay, but make a right click on any free space and then select the new button to make this folder, okay? Select this and write any name that you want. For example, I will write cats on Italian. Okay. I have an obsession with that, and as I have said, if you want to do it also on the File Explorer, do this, right click on a free space and make another folder, okay? But for now we will don't do it. Now once you have opened Visual Studio Code for the first time, you will get a screen just like this, okay? This is the menu, and actually we don't need to do something else than to click on File, Open Folder, and search for the location of your folder. On this case it's the desktop, okay? And clicking on the folder we don't need to open it. We push on select folder and just we open that. Go to new file, okay, to this button, and make also another HTML one with the extension .html. If I want to use another programming language, okay, JavaScript for example, I write just JS. You don't put HTML. This would be like any text file, the basic one. That this is a mess up, man, because when we write anything and save with Control S, we don't see any change. Okay, and why this happens? Because we have to update the view of the file in a browser, okay, with Control R, okay, to reload it. And if I write another thing, for example, your mom wants that I've saved with Control S, I have to reload this page with Control R to do this. The solution is here. We go to extensions, so type Control Shift plus X, and we will install our first extension that is called Live Server. I have it already, and just install it. Once doing this, you can make right click on a free space. So we'll notice that two new options appear. What we want is obviously to open with Live Server and go into your default browser to open this type of files. You will get this, okay? And now let me set over here and here, write something, okay? For example,
Hey!
and you save, okay, with Control S. Nothing. Okay, this is because I didn't show you the tags. So live reload is not possible without a header or body tag. We need to understand that HTML file consists of three main parts: doc type declaration, the head, and the body. Okay, where the first one, what is crucially to determine that we are using the HTML number 5. Okay, that is the last version of this programming language. And the second one is the head, that is everything about some modifications or that is not directly shown on the web page. And the last one, the body tag, guess what? It is about everything that is shown on the web page. And don't worry, because there is a template, a basic template. Just write an exclamation mark. These are the advantages of Visual Studio Code. Okay, trust me when I tell you these things. If you don't want this, if you want a more advanced template, you can get this. Okay, this is my version. I have it on the article that I have written also for this crash course. So go here down below and check it if you want. Now we will work only with this one. So what are these things? Each of these words that are enclosed by angle brackets, okay, each of these are called tags. Okay, so this body is a tag, this another body is another tag, but together are called an element. I mean, if an element is conformed by an opening and closing tag, the opening one is just the angle brackets with a word, and the closing tag is the same thing, just it has a slash, by the way. So when I write a body, okay, we get automatically the closing tag. These are the advantages of Visual Studio Code. So how fantastic is this? And we get this element, okay. Both are an element, and the first one is the opening tag, and the second one is the closing tag. I cannot tell you exactly what is the percentage, but most of these things, of these tags, but we will see it throughout this tutorial that not everyone, okay, so these are every tag, not every tag, but are the most important ones. If I do every tag, I guess that this course will be like 3 hours or more. But if you want to make a web page, you can use them, okay? These are the most important ones. So we will make our first web page from the scratch. I don't want to waste any second more. So let's start off. Let us to write this angle bracket, and automatically there will be a window that tells us the many options that there are. Okay, the first one is doctype HTML to indicate that our web page is using the last version. HTML, automatically the closing tag, and yes, this is only to emphasize even more that all of the content is HTML, and to let your browser identify that web page having that programming language. The next one is the head section. Okay, this is for everything about modification. The body tag is for everything about the content. Let us divide our body into more sections if we want to emphasize even more. So the first one is the header. That is obviously for the upper part of the web page. The second one is the main, okay, everything about the content, and the last one is the footer. Okay, if you want to understand how it works about the header, main, and footer, let me to present you. Okay, to present you, I don't know if it is. The header will be this part. Okay, the navigation bar. The main will be all of this, and the footer will be all of this. Okay, that is like the acknowledgements or the credits. Code is getting pretty, but for now we don't have any. Let me present you the tag meta. This is the first one that does not have a closing one. This is just this tag. Also, we will know the attributes. The attributes are like things written after what is about our tag. Okay, as you can see, charged would be the attribute, and we will write UTF-8. Okay, this works as a way to say you have to clarify the content as much it is possible, and we will keep with the meta tags. Okay, with another attribute that is called all of this. Okay, name, viewport, content with device width, and initial scale 1.0. This is used to make our web page portable to mobile dispositives, but we don't have to forget the mobile dispositive because everyone is scrolling on their phone. Let us put all of these things about the name attribute, and we have a description, content. Let me to copy paste this. Here is author description of the web page again. This is crazy because there is no another way to explain it. If I search for any web page on the browser, the description will be displayed here. Okay, okay, it is not in English, but you can understand it anyway. No, the same thing will be with the author. Okay, on this case, this is actually easy to understand. No, it isn't displayed exactly on the browser, but this is information to consider. The last one is the name attribute called keywords. That this is like YouTube tags, words that can help you to get more audience that are looking for the same thing. Just to say that we are working for making a web page about plants. So our tags will be plants, I don't know, vegetal, roots, leaves, green, yellow, rose, I don't know, your best plant is stored around the world. Epic. And we don't get anything. I'm going with the link tags. Okay, this will be for connecting your HTML file with another one. Okay, such as CSS, JavaScript, that will have their own masterclass soon. And this another tag called link. Okay, the icon href by PNG. Okay, this is the icon of the web page. If you notice here, the icon is displayed on the top. And other than the files that I will use throughout the process, we get this. Okay, this is the icon that we will use. Okay, so I will make right click and copy relative path and just paste it here. Okay, and if we go with our web page on the top, you will notice that this is our icon. This is a 127.00. Okay, this is not a name actually for our web page. Go to our VS Code and we will write between the angle brackets, obviously, title. Okay, title, and I will call to this, I don't know, botany. I had already planned this name before, and I hope that this is not offending. Okay, we get a beautiful tab actually. We get botany star and our icon, but the web page it is enough. Let's stop procrastinating. We will work onto this. The first tag on the body that I want to show you is the H1. Okay, that is for a title. For example, welcome to Botany Star. I will open this and here we have welcome to Botany. There is just one difference between this header and the other types, okay, and that is the size. If I go to H2, 3, and 4, then 5 and 6, you will see that all of this, like, it is becoming smaller each time. So for now, we'll use only the first one. We will write a paragraph, okay, just open another tag and write P. Okay, that is for paragraph. In this case, because I don't want to write a big amount of words for making the introduction, I will ask to ChatGPT to make this thing. Make an introduction for botany. ChatGPT is lifesaver. No lifesaver. Okay, we will copy and paste this between the tags. Okay, I will open for a moment This looks a bit ugly, but something to notice is that the white spaces don't matter in programming, okay? Remains your language lessons. Each paragraph actually has the purpose to separate information, okay? A paragraph has a topic on a specific, and another one will have another topic. So what we will do, just separate also the information. Once got each of these, we will go into our website and we will see each of these paragraphs are divided. We want to separate them even more. That is because we will use this stuff, okay, that is called a R within each paragraph, okay. So we will write this BR, and this is just to make a break rule, okay. B for break and R for rule. Break rule. And as you can see, there is a blank space between these paragraphs even more, okay. The same thing if you want to add a divider between both. This will be HR, and a variation for horizontal rule, and we get this bar. Well, we will also add this tag called nav, that for now we will not work with it. And I am thinking that this code is starting to seem a little bit complicated. This is because comments exist, okay? So if we open an angle bracket, an exclamation mark, and two hyphens, we will get the first comment on this project. Comments are just to make understandable the reading process of. If I write blah, we will get nothing on our webpage. Welcome to Botanisar does not matter because comments are just to make understandable the text. So for example, if I want to write this is a title, okay, it is just to understand that this is the title. Nothing will be displayed on the web page. Same thing if I copy paste this and I write a second paragraph. And comments are often used for programmers to know what is happening on the text, on the web page, or even on CSS and in the JavaScript files. And understanding that obviously all the text is not the same thing, okay, there are important parts and no important parts. We will use the word text group, as I want to call it, because obviously these are the options that if you use Microsoft Word, you will know that. If we open a new document of Microsoft Word, we will see that there is an option called bold, italic, underline, okay, and also this one that is called strike through. And each of these options, what makes is the first one, the bold, makes the text a little bit more robust. I don't know how to say it exactly. Okay, the italic, what makes is to italicize the text, you know, like a more of curve. The underline text, what makes is just to set a line under the text, and the strike through that is over here, what makes is to create a middle line between all the text. What we'll do here with the new tools that we just learned is obviously to apply them. Okay, so I will unbold this part of the text called at Botanisar and just use tag B. This is for bold, obviously. Put the text between each of these tags. You'll notice that this text is a little bit more robust. To make italize the text, it is the same thing, okay? At Botanisar I will use it, but this is in the case we will use the EM. I don't know why you have thought that this tag would be I. No, man, no. To underline the text, just write the same thing, okay? U is our tag, and you guessed I'll underline the text. For finishing, using the del tag between words, we get an strike through. As you see, all of these tags can be used for any word, okay? So only make sure that you are using them for a good purpose. And if you are crazy like me, you can set all of these stuffs at the same time. Hey! I will write bold over here, and also to italize the text, to make a strike through the text, and to make it also underline. I will write our commitment over here, and between all of these tags we get this monster. We are inviting to our clients to do things and to buy our product, but okay, there is no link for doing it. Okay, this is a shit web page, but why? We are going to know how to use hyperlinks or just links to simplify the things. And because we have used the link tag on the head section, this has to be different, okay? The tag for a link on the body section is this called A. And this is always, listen me, always accompanying with this attribute called href. Okay, these are like the hand and glove. Href, equal, between this tag can be anything. For example, text, checkout. As you see, the text by default is underlined, and if you hover it with the mouse of the computer, you see that that the click image is changing. But obviously there is nothing on our href. That is because when you click on the link, you get the beginning of the web page. This is a tip if you want to do it. But for now, we will suppose that this address something related with our botany store, and we will write it over here, and click on this, you will get to the link. Okay, we have arrived to the link. But wait, I want to this link be displayed on a new tab. Don't worry, because this is easy. Before the angle bracket, just I write another attribute that is called target. Target, and automatically these things are displayed, and just write blank. Okay, that is an option actually. So we get this. And that is because we open this new link on another tab. Just as I said before, we can set anything between the A tags. Okay, so we will use another one because there are a lot of things to learn about HTML. Let me again present you another thing called the button tag. Okay, this is to make our website a little bit more beautiful. I don't know, because a button is like more pressureful to click on. We'll write it inside of this tag. So something valuable to know is that if we have a tag inside of another one, this one will be called the child tag, while the other obviously is the father. What have you guessed that it would be? So getting our button, okay, it will be the same thing. Just open another tab, and yes, so now we're gonna learn how to insert images, videos and audios, okay, and set them on the background, for example the video as well. I actually wanted to record this on CodePen, okay, which is like an online code editor for front end that is HTML, CSS and JavaScript generally, okay, but we have to use other kind of files rather than images, which you can get from the internet. And yet we're gonna focus on again Visual Studio Code. And by the way, you can set out the open files just like this. Seriously, it works a lot for performance. Okay, just zoom out a little bit and get two files at the same time, but we're gonna use only this one. First, we're gonna add a button, okay, button tag, and we have it, okay. Something is created, this little button is created, but for now we're gonna add, I don't know, this is a try, which is actually an atom, no, but well, it doesn't matter, this is a try, we have it. Next, we're gonna add an image, and by that we use the image tag. This is not complicated actually, and as you see, I have a request for my AI copilot, which is not the copilot, but we have it again. And the curious fact is that you can use image from the internet, okay. I have copied the source of this one, so I paste it, and as you see, we get the image. By the contrary, if we select the video tag, okay, we cannot do that exactly, but just get the relative path, okay, of your video in this case. And as you can see, actually our HTML is located on the folder, so we have to go outside, enter to the script, and then get to the video. Therefore, what we have to do is two dots, okay. This means that we are getting onto this layer, which are all about on the folders. Then we go to scripts, and then we select the video, and make sure that these slashes are forward, not backlash. And just to set it on the background, we must use this CSS. For now we will let it so, and then add these parameters to the video: auto play, loop, mute. And by the way, I will add some opacity, okay, I don't know, 0.8, and on the body, okay, for not making it translucent or something similar, we'll add a background color of black. Why not? With a text of white, obviously. As you can see, it is working pretty well. Finally, I will delete all of this because I am getting some lag, I don't know why. And we'll set this audio with these parameters, okay, controls, and the same way. And once I click on this audio must be playing. Now, if you don't want this control, you can set it out and just loop and autoplay. Now, when the page is loading, we'll get the audio. Anyway, another tag used to show information is called the details. It works like a toggle, okay? It is a toggle practically. It is like a compound tag because by itself it does not work. So let me show you how it is. Details indicates a toggle list, okay? The summary will be the title, and the title is like anything about what we will write, no? For example, this would be the title 1, and the paragraph below would be with this paragraph. We got this, okay, title 1. Let me to set break rules, and we get this title 1, and displaying the information on the triangle, we get the paragraph. And because we are talking about botany store, I will ask to ChatGPT because I don't want to write anything. I don't know how much time plants take to grow. Okay, so it has finished, and I will write and I will copy paste, and we get this. And once we click again on this toggle, we get all the information, okay? But obviously, man, this does not look well because this information looks ugly. So analyzing the text, we get that this is a paragraph, these are a list, and this is another paragraph. And between the list and paragraphs, we will write BR, okay, for break rule, and also here. Now, guess what we learned? It's time to list, and I know that you hate lists and overall to-do lists. Check out this, we get the paragraph between those. I will set another break rule, and I want to explain you how lists work. And there are two types of lists. The first one is the ordered list and unordered list. What is the difference between both? That the order matters. Okay? There is something to enumerate the items, and what are the items? Basically, the points, no? A list of animals, a dog, cat, a chicken, pig. Okay, each of them are an item. At this point, I am telling you an unordered list. The order does not matter. If it is ordered, there will be something to count. Cat is number 1, the dog is number 2, 3 is the chicken, and 4 is the pig. So I have to start by the cat, then the dog, then the chicken, and then the pig. The order matters here. The lists are represented each item with the dots or a hyphen, a triangle also, just like this. And the order list with numbers are the Arabic numbers and the Roman numbers. So we have to learn 3 tags. The first one is just about to open the list, and to start off we'll write an unordered one. To open the unordered list, we get this tag called all, and you will see that nothing happens because if I open this, we get nothing. But let me tell you how to, I don't know, to identify each item. It would be obviously with this tag. Remind that the free spaces doesn't matter, so I can set here delete tag, and setting it between each line, we get each item. As you can see, this would be one, this would be the other. I have forgot this third item, but doesn't matter, we get it. This would be the 4, and this would be the 5 one. Hey! Okay, you can differentiate it right now. Doesn't matter the free spaces, but just for an example, I will show that. And here is our unordered list, because we are unordered people. As you can see it, annual plants, perennial plants, trees, vegetables, and flowers. Okay, we get the unordered list, and the unique difference between the unordered one is the order list would be all. Okay, I don't know why is there too much innovation with this, but we get this example. Each item which is written with the same tag is ordered. So annual plants we has to be read first, then perennial trees, vegetables and flowers. And now, my beautiful guys, we will move on to another section of the tutorial. Okay, we will write BR, and I want to introduce you on the inputs world. An input is obviously something in which you can do something, for example, a draw, etc. And today we will learn just 4, because there are many about inputs. Obviously the tag is about input, and it is also an independent tag. It does not have a closing one, and it is also another hand and glove with its attribute called type. On this case, we will learn 4. The first one is called text here. The second one is called color. The number 3 is called file, and the number 4 is called checkbox. So I will write another BR for each one. It looks ugly. Why not another one? I am going to zoom in on the page. As you can see, and as you can assume by the name of the input, it will be a text, where obviously you can type text. On forums, survey cases, it would be good to connect this with a button called send. Okay, so just take it in mind for, I don't know, anything that you want to build on the future. This second input is about colors, and colors. Do whatever color you want. Also, you have this with this tool that I don't know how it is set in English, but you can pick a color of an external element. You will get these values on RGB, okay, for red, green and blue, and the combination of both. If you go to black, you will get 0, 0, 0, but if you go to white, you will get 255 for each one. We can conclude that every color displayed on our screen is made by a quantity of red, green and blue respectively. The number 3 is about to upload files, just like, I don't know, Google Drive or YouTube when you upload a video. Okay, so I will just select this. I am using Opera, so I can use option I have, and as you can see, it gets the file. Okay. Inside your number 4.jpg, okay, and we get it, and the last one is obviously a checkbox. It's addictive. We will learn how to make a table, because tables are good for business and those stuffs. I don't know why you haven't think that this could be opened and closed with that text table. And we know that every table is divided into 2 main parts. The first row, which determines all the content on the table, and after the cells under the first row. This first row, as I have said, which determines all the content, will be set on table head, while the rest will be set on table body. Open this mentioned row, we just need to write a TR, obviously an acronym for table row, as you can see, will be set as a TH for table header, because all of these are table header. So this is our first cell on the table row. I don't know why I will write, so I don't know, ciao. This is hello in Italian. This will be the second cell, the third cell, and that's all, okay? For now, I will let it. We are getting our table. Simultaneously, we'll write another table row. Okay, this is the second one, which is the data of the table. And I don't know why you haven't thought that this would be a TD, okay? Because this is an acronym also for table data. And I will write here, I don't know, addio. This is goodbye on Italian. Goodbye. Obviously on English. Adios. I didn't forget the accent mark, by the way. Just I don't have it on my keyboard. I don't know French for now, so I am just copy pasting it. Okay, as you can see, we get the table. This is the second row, so I will just copy and paste the same thing for you can understand it, how it works. That's all, and this would be the same thing. This does not look like a table if you have a good eye, or I don't know why I think so. We have to add more CSS for making this to look like a one. This is actually not complicated, so we will go on to our style part and just copy paste this code. You will have it also on the article that I have written to this course. I don't know why I didn't make comments, but this is easy to understand actually. The border is to make it white. Okay, I will just let me to set this on a better way. And as you can see, this border, each of those, because I am targeting the table header, which are all of these, okay, that the border for each one would be white, 2 pixels and solid, just to make it visible. the padding on the x-axis is 20 pixels. Okay, this 0 is targeting the y-axis, but for example, if I write 10 pixels, the letters on each table header and data will be displayed 10 pixels of difference between the top and the bottom. Okay, we have actually finished on all of these stuffs, but let me to present you just the last tag. That this is actually not complicated because we are just grouping some stuff, but we need to look even deeper on the process about programming and the elements of HTML. We'll make a right click on a free space of the web page and we will get this window in which we will click on inspect element. I have it on Italian, but doesn't matter. That this section will appear, and as you see, there is our code. Even I can change the code here, and everything will change, but it wouldn't be exactly on the original file. Just we are manipulating the web page on a local host, which means that just for us, but it does not matter. The main thing is this tool called select an element on the page to inspect it, and yes, this is how the browser reads our file. And just to differentiate all the elements, we get this one, this, etc. This is not random. If I hover high, we will notice that it is selecting the H1, okay, the header one, the title one, etc. And if we go to welcome to Botanizar, we get that this is hovering the first paragraph. This is the second one, and this is the third one. This is the horizontal rule, and that is because we will finish well with a div tag, which is to a group element. Div actually is an abbreviation for division. I just want to group this part, this paragraph with this image. So yeah, I will start off writing opening div, and here it would be finishing. Okay, visually there is no changes, but if we go here and hover the div tag, we get that all of this is just one thing. Closing the toggle, we get that all of these stuffs are part of that div, and we will call it actually I don't know, class. We are using also CSS. We'll write it just like you. Being a bit extra means between HTML and CSS because those are like combined, as I have said before. This dot is to indicate our class, which is you, and just applying these CSS properties, we will get that this effect is applied on all the divs. So summary, all of this is just to center the content. Get just like this. Okay, we have finished. We get our web page, and that's all actually what you have to learn about HTML. I don't know how would you want that I finish this video, but well, we have concluded. Mind that HTML is a fundamental skill for anyone who wants to learn the page development. But this is actually the first step to keep on. Just keep practicing and experimenting with HTML files, creating web pages, and improving your skills. There are plenty of sources on the internet, like videos, articles that can help you to learn HTML and to carry out your skills even more. Because we have to learn only the basics, but it is just the beginning actually. And if you want another one, you can tell me. Fortunately, this is not all you need to become a website developer. HTML is related with other programming languages such as CSS and JavaScript, because obviously this thing is ugly, and if you want to call it like a building, HTML will be the building, CSS the decoration of the building, and JavaScript the electricity.